NFTs. Thus far, to many, they are pictures of cats and apes and maybe some expensive art, but crucially, they've also almost exclusively been the domain of Ethereum. Technology, though, is changing, and it could mean that non-fungible tokens have a big future on Bitcoin's blockchain. A new protocol on the world's largest blockchain could potentially be this game changer. It's called Ordinals and it was released last month. It essentially allows users to insert relatively large amounts of data into transactions, and it can be used for creating collectible images on the network, similar, of course, to many popular NFT projects. Yehuda Petcher of CryptoSlam told us that this is what it offers.
It was not possible until that more recent update or upgrade to the Bitcoin blockchain itself, right? So back in 2014, you did have NFTs not on the Bitcoin mainnet, and that's maybe the finer point here. There were NFTs on Bitcoin, not on mainnet. They were more on like a layer 2. Where like on Ethereum, we have Polygon and we have Immutable X, and there's all kinds of layer 2s that you can transact, and they're kind of branched off Ethereum. Bitcoin had those versions back then because NFTs were not possible. You could not put unique identifiers on any tokens on Bitcoin. And with this upgrade that was meant to, fix a security concern, that opened the doors for this new development.
Ordinals' data capability is not totally new for the Bitcoin blockchain. Previously, however, the capability was on a scale that was too small to ultimately be workable for NFTs. Upgrades such as 2001's Taproot and 2017's SegWit allowed the new protocol to expand on this. Jonathan Miller of US-based crypto exchange Kraken has told us that while it was a positive development, it's also generated controversy for Bitcoin.
There are purists who say it should always just be peer-to-peer cash, but I think that's possibly not the story when it comes to the reality, which is that people experiment with Bitcoin all the time. It really is kind of, I think, exciting to see people build things on top of Bitcoin.
Now, NFTs are, of course, regarded as crucial components of this reimagined internet of the world of Web3, but they've also long been the domain of Ethereum, which hosts around 70% of all of the sales of NFTs. More recently, blockchain networks like Cardano and Solana have been labelled as potential Ethereum killers, but none have really made much headway so far. So does Bitcoin have a potential edge in this? Well, Petcher and Miller have differing views.
They've been around longer than any others, for sure. 10 years now plus. It's been a while. So now they have, a huge base of users. So I almost think there's potential it could compete with Ethereum more quickly than the others could, simply because of the adoption rate of Bitcoin. There's so many more Bitcoin users holders than any of these other chains. So I think for that fact alone, it could really surprise people who aren't considering that fact.
Perhaps it's not going to be something that competes directly with those networks, and in the case of Ethereum, might just be a reminder that it's a really strong and well tooled out network for these kinds of actions.
So what kind of shakeup could we expect then in the NFT market?
It certainly gives Bitcoin as a currency itself more utility. There's not a lot of builders, I guess, compared to Ethereum. It's strictly was almost a financial asset, and people were very happy with that. And in a way, that's what made it. That was kind of its pure purpose. It now has another, and one that I expect, like on Ethereum and these other blockchains, will grow exponentially. Now you can transact collectibles and whatever else on Ethereum you've been able to, attach an NFT to, you can now do the same on Bitcoin.
Some critics argue that the new protocol will increase the demand for the blockchain network, and this will drive up fees for regular transactions. Petcher agrees that this is a risk, but he says that, on the other hand, it could benefit miners. While not everyone may be happy, he also says there's nothing to do but ultimately accept that this is going to happen.
It certainly can be frivolous, and it can be silly, and it can be pointless, and it can still be awesome at the same time and important to building a movement. It's going to happen. It's kind of unstoppable. So I recommend people just sit back and enjoy watching innovation happen as it happens. This is what that looks like.
All right, that is it for this episode. Do like and subscribe to this video. If you want to see more content like it, please let us know your thoughts on this or anything else in the comments or wherever you're watching this.